welcome back to the Traders Network. I'm Michael Yorba, your host. Thanks for joining us. We're also streaming to you live on yorbamedia.com. All right, my guest this segment is Nick Santiago, President and CEO of In the Money Stocks. Nick, thanks for coming back on the show.
Great to be back, Michael. Thank you for having me.
All right, my pleasure. You want to start off talking about GLD, right?
Yeah, I wanted to talk about GLD because if you notice, gold is getting hit pretty hard today. We've been warning about that happening. Gold looked like it had more downside momentum. I think traders want to be careful here with the GLD and also with spot gold as well. Both could see some more downside. I think that an attractive level, though, for a nice bounce would be somewhere between around the 158.50 level, maybe a 158 even number on the GLD. If it gets down there, that's a place where traders can look for a bounce for a few days. But right now, I think it's still under the distribution phase, and ultimately, I wouldn't really want to own it at the moment. But there's going to be some nice trades in here in the short term.
Okay, all right. So that's around the August highs from in the summer. I see that. So that equates on the futures somewhere around, what is it, about 1620-ish?
Yeah.
About that?
Let me see exactly.
It looks like about...
Yeah, somewhere around that 1640, somewhere around there, 1620 to 1640. I like 1640 a lot on gold futures. So if it gets down there, I think that's an attractive level for a bounce.
Okay, all right. TLT.
Yeah, TLT, we've been talking about that for a while, and I said it would be in a trading range around the 127 level. I think we said to get out of it, and now you're into an attractive level where, you know, the TLT is coming into pretty good support, whether it's 122, 121. That's a range where I think the TLT is poised to get a little bit of a bounce. I don't think it's going to be a great bounce by any means, but you never know if the market starts to sell hard. There could be some momentum. It's been making higher lows on the daily chart really from September. So, you know, TLT is starting to look attractive down here. I'd like to see a little better chart pattern. But, you know, this is where you get interested in these in these ETFs right now.
It looks to me like this is just going to be a range-bound market. Do you see any reason for it to break out either?
No.
You know, okay.
I agree 100% with you. In fact, we talked a little bit about that last week, but yeah, really, this is just a really range-bound equity, and as long as the TLT doesn't break below the 121 level on a closing basis, then, you know, right now that range is pretty good right now, from, you know, 121 all the way up to 127.
Okay, all right. What about Apple?
Well, Apple, as you know, has been a roller coaster ride, and last week I said to traders, I said this is really just a day trading stock now. And I think that's what it is. The stock, if it can base here a little bit longer, I'm going to probably say another week or so, then it looks like it's going to go attack that 500 level and possibly even lower. So traders are going to have to be on guard here. But as long as it stays above the recent low that it was made on the 16th of November, which was around 505, you know, the stock has a chance to move higher. But every day I recalibrate and recalculate this equity, and I'll tell you, it really looks like a broken stock to me. And if it ever gets to around the 615, maybe even 612 level, I mean, I think this stock could be a really, really good short trade.
Okay, all right. And JJC?
Well, JJC is copper. Something I alerted my members to a couple of days ago, that copper looks like it's probably topped out here for the short term. So, again, JJC is just starting its descent. It's a little bit of a pullback. It's had a great move really since early November, and a fair case can be made since late August. But in any case, right now you got another lower top in here. Don't really look to get into this one now. I think traders can look at this again around the 43 level. We'll see what the pattern looks like there, but this thing should pull back now.
Okay, all right. Now Exxon?
Yeah, ExxonMobil I wanted to bring up today simply because it's the world's second largest equity, so by market cap. This stock, again, has a tremendous amount of resistance at around the $91 level. Maybe a fair case could be made at $90.50. Today, I should say yesterday, the stock traded up to $90.37. You'll see a big gap in there, Michael, going back to November 6th and November 7th. I mean, there's going to be just a ton of selling pressure there. So I think Exxon wants to pull back now. I know we're coming into the light volume holidays, but this is an equity I just would not get in front of right now on the long side.
Okay, and give us some fundamentals behind the technicals on this one.
Well, the fundamentals are that I think energy prices are headed lower. And that seems to be the fundamental case if you could make it. I'm predominantly, as you know, a technical trader. But right now, I don't even see strength in crude. So I think traders really need to be on guard here. Energy prices are going lower. As you know, natural gas prices are headed lower. Exxon has exposure to both. So, and it's it is the largest, as I said, the largest energy stock out there, integrated energy play out there. So, there really is no real reason to commit any long-term or any money in the short term to Exxon on the long side.
Okay. Do you have support levels in mind on this one?
Yeah. I mean, Exxon looks very attractive around the 83 level if it can get down there. But up here around 90, I want no part of it. Around 83, yeah, I think that's a real good area for traders to get long the stock for a nice little bounce back, probably into the $88, $87 area.
Do you have any time frames on that move? Any idea about how long it would take to get there, if it does get there?
Well, I think that this could probably get down there sometime early next year, but I really don't think there's much upside left here, period.
No, what I'm talking about is maybe a strategy long enough to buy some puts on this thing or write some calls against the stock you own.
I think you could buy some puts on this right now as long as you give yourself out about 3 months.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, I think this thing could get down there by the spring, even sooner probably.
Do you see this as a prolific move throughout the rest of the oil industry sector?
Yes, okay. I do. I think this is, I like to follow leading stocks, and Exxon is a stock that I've probably followed over 15 years now very, very closely. This stock is telling me that there's energy weakness out there all around. And if you just look at the October top, which was a significant high for Exxon, and you could basically use this as an energy ETF in a sense. Now you're making a significant lower high, and you're coming right into where the stock was distributed right in early November, and I think the sellers are going to be waiting right there to jump right out.
Okay, what about the banking industry? Say J.P. Morgan. It looks like it might be ripe for a little bit of a pullback here.
Absolutely. Last week when I was on your show, I said J.P. Morgan should not get much above 42.50. It actually, I was wrong. It got actually up to 43.37, but today trading out at 42.83. There's a wall of resistance here for JPM and the rest of the financials, for that matter. Even if you look at the XLF, which is the Financial Select Spider Fund, this one looks like it has a significant high, and it has some lower tops in there, which could be problematic for the short term. Okay.
All right. Do you have any events coming up we can participate with?
Well, I don't have any more events for the month of December, but I am going to do an advanced cycle webinar for the first time to my members in the new year. So we're just getting those dates together. So if traders are interested in that, come over to the In the Money Stocks website, check it out, punch up the education tab, and we'll have that posted there.
All right. Give us all a way to get to know you better. How do we get into your trading rooms?
Yeah, come on over to inthemoneystocks.com. If you want our nightly setups, come over, take a free trial to our research center. And if you want to watch what we do each and every day, and we had some nice winning trades today, Michael, in our chat room, come on over, take a trial to the intraday stock chat. You'll see what we do all day long.
Sounds good. All right, Nick, thanks so much.
Thank you, Michael. Have a great day.
You too, everybody. Nick Santiago, President and CEO of InTheMoneyStocks.com. We'll be right back with Christopher Vecchio.